This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new video. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the video. I'm sure you're learning plenty about these top quality horses now as we're moving probably into the second year, really, of the channel being used for this purposes. Before we start, Reprieve Media, Rep CIC Racing, 2020.great/site.net. You might find some National Hunt horses on there. Obviously, there's plenty of National Hunt horses on the YouTube channel, but there is a bit of a gap between, say, 2022 and 2020, where the website was full, and I just wrote them down and on Notepad and never really created any content. But it's there might be some on there, but there might not. Right. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a look at last weekend's action over in Ireland at Navan. Those that might have watched the video on the last video will know that there were 3 possible entries from the YouTube channel. I was pleased to say that they all ran. And we're going to be able to take a look at them in no particular order, just in order of they ran, in chronological order. First, we're going to take a look at Coldwell Potter. Then we're going to take a look at Lecky Watson. And then last but not least, we're going to take a look at Indiana Dream. What I will say before I do the Lecky Watson video, the Coldwell Potter video, we did actually get this video from the vermin of Racing TV, where we usually get our videos from. That for some reason it didn't show this race. I went to search for it, and the first 2 races just weren't there. We managed to get race 3 from there and race 6 from there. The other 2 races that we need. But this race is actually from Racing TV, so we've had to sort of manipulate the video a bit because they insist on filling, even when the race is on, it's just full of. They're encouraging you to bet. They're encouraging people to bet on races while one race is running. So what I've had to do is I've had to sort of move the screen up a bit to eliminate them showing the SP of the race. Even after they've jumped 3 hurdles, they're still showing it. And at the bottom, there's a little thing of showing a race that's somewhere else. So I've had to sort of hover the mouse over to keep the what's it called over the top of it, the navigation for the video. But it is for Racing TV. We'll review the race under fair use anyway. And the Swines might actually try and claim that video, and they would be right because we have taken that video from the Racing TV website, but it was unusable in its current state. That website is absolutely atrocious, and I would never recommend that anybody join Racing TV ever. Absolutely atrocious service run by parasites who have got nothing better to do than try and silence people like myself from just presenting independent content that's original. So without further ado now, we're going to get on to the 3 races from Navan on Saturday the 9th of December, and then I'll be back shortly to review the races. Thank you very much.
Led off in race 2, the Hertford Arms Hotel Maiden Hurdle, over 2 miles and 7 flights, and it is Coldwell Potter the Grey. Alongside is Penalty Try as they come to jump the first. Right with them is Gorgeous Tom, followed by He's Ultimate and Dr. Eggman, a mistaken mid-division by Cedarmount. Downhill they come to the second flight, and it is Penalty Try, just leading to flight number 2, Coldwell Potter, followed by Gorgeous Tom, Dr. Eggman next, and then now Remy Martin, Katina Zapata, He's Ultimate, and Bonavena towards the inside of Renard and Noir. Behind them is Isane and Mythical Vision, and Dacia Bella next with Glen River as they come to jump the second flight and the last one next time. The leader is Penalty Try, gone on by a couple of lengths to Coldwell Potter, Gorgeous Tom handy in third. Just fourth is Dr. Eggman from Remy Martin, He's Ultimate, Katina Zapata, Mythical Vision is next, then Bonavena and Dacia Bella. And Party Pack, followed by Isane and Renard and Noir. Next on the outside is Ebony Jade, being followed to the bend by Glen River and Cedar Mound. She Hallion is next with Brogue Man River. As they shape up for flight number 3, Cater's Revenge is next, followed by Never Present. And then comes Pretty Soldier, a solo flight next, and then Agent Tequila, Georgia Selena, and there's none behind. Peddler's Lane with 10 furlongs to go. Again, missing out the first of the 2 flights in the back straight. Another 4 left to jump, and it is Penalty Try and Tom Harney, rejoined by Caldwell Potter and Jack Kennedy, applying similar tactics to the first race, followed by Gorgeous Tom and Darrow O'Keefe, disputing third with He's Ultimate and Jordan Gainford, followed by Dr. Eggman, command of Paul Townend, and then Katina Zapata and Remy Martin and Bonavena next with Mythical Vision, and then Eastonay and Party Pack. Continuing to the halfway stage, and it is Penalty Try, fractional leader from Caldwell Potter. Break of less than 2 lengths to Gorgeous Tom. Little has changed in the order of running up front, and then He's Ultimate and Dr. Eggman. Katina Zapata is next on the inside. 7 furlongs to go, 4 flights left to jump. Penalty Try, Caldwell Potter and Gorgeous Tom continue the 1, 2, 3, followed by He's Ultimate, and then Dr. Eggman, Remy Martin and Katina Zapata, as they race to the end of the back straight with 3 flights left. Precious little between Penalty Try, Caldwell Potter, 1 out from the rail, then Gorgeous Tom, He's Ultimate next with Dr. Eggman, Katina Zapata and Remy Martin, 2.5 to 3 lengths to Bonavena, and the Mythical Vision, Party Pack and Easonay and Ebony Jade next with Pretty Soldier, pushed along as Deja Bella, gap then to Renard and War as they come towards this flight. Caldwell Potter took a dive there, but got away with it. Leads narrowly from Penalty Try, being followed by Gorgeous Tom. These 3 covered by a couple of lengths. In 4, there's Dr. Eggman, followed then by He's Ultimate. Next on the outside, Remy Martin with Katina Zapata, Mythical Vision, Bonavena, then Party Pack and Easonay and Ebony Jade next, then Cater's Revenge, and Pretty Soldier gone away from Renard and Washi, Hallion, and then Never Present, and Brogue Man River and Glen Rivers next. On the inside is Deja Bell and then Agent Tequila. As they pass their point of departure, jumping 2 out, Caldwell Potter from Gorgeous Tom, being followed through now by Dr. Eggman. Katina Zapata is next, then Remy Martin, He's Ultimate. Dropping out quickly is Penalty Try, and then Cater's Revenge, who's plugging on, but Caldwell Potter is the leader and has taken the measure of Gorgeous Tom, and then Dr. Eggman. 1 flight left to jump, and it is Caldwell Potter the leader from Gorgeous Tom and Dr. Eggman, and at the last it's Caldwell Potter over from Gorgeous Tom, Dr. Eggman. They're well cleared of Katina Zapata, He's Ultimate and Cater's Revenge, and racing inside the final 100 yards at the Headford Arms Hotel maiden hurdle. Caldwell Potter beat all bar 1 last time, steps up a place on this occasion for Jack Kennedy and Gordon Elliott. They're off to the best possible start with an opening brace. Gorgeous Tom second, and third is Dr. Eggman, then He's Ultimate, Cater's Revenge, Katina Zapata and Remy Martin. And that off. 5 runners over 2.5 miles in the third race. The Tote Navan Novice Hurdle. It's a grade 2. Setting off to make it, Stellar Story, lead stable companion Better Days Ahead, followed by the big outsider Ballystone. Slade Steel last but 1. Dropped in as Lecky Watson as they link up with their first flight at the end of the back straight. The leader is Stellar Story from Better Days Ahead. Ballystone on the inside of Slade Steel. 5th of the 5 is Lecky Watson. Turning to head out of the back straight towards the second flight, Stellar Story and Jack Kennedy. By a half to closing up Better Days Ahead, Jordan Gainford, and third is Ballystone, Darrow O'Keefe, and then Slade Steel. Rachel Blackmore with the back marker Lecky Watson and Paul Townend. Over the second flight they go. Could run before they reach the third, the first of the 2 flights in the straight. Order unchanged, Stellar Story leading in the first time, Better Days Ahead, a couple of lengths in front of Ballystone. Slade Steel and Lecky Watson the final couple. In they come towards their final 2 miles. Stellar Story, job well done here last time out, makes the bend in front from Better Days Ahead, Ballystone, Slade Steel and Lecky Watson. Meeting up with flight number 3, first of the 2 in the straight, Stellar Story. Better Days Ahead, followed by Ballystone. Slade Steel, the black sleeves, was one behind Lecky Watson. Downhill to flight number 4, and the last one next time. In the lead is Stellar Story from Better Days Ahead, who's almost back on terms, and then Ballystone, Slade Steel and Lecky Watson. Approaching the 4th flight, taking them to the stands the first time, and the last after the completion of a circuit. Stellar Story gave it plenty, just leads Better Days Ahead, Ballystone, Slade Steel, Lecky Watson. The quintet tightly grouped with the circuit to go and another 5 flights left to jump. Stellar Story by half to Better Days Ahead. A couple of lengths cleared of Ballystone, who's joined for 3rd by Slade Steel. The back marker Lecky Watson. Away they go to the flight along the side of the track, bringing them to the halfway stage. Stellar Story back more than a length in front of Better Days Ahead. Ballystone, Slade Steel, who was good at nascent debut, was one behind Lecky Watson as they reach the halfway stage. Good run to the next flight, which will be 4 from the finish. Stellar Story yet to be headed, leads by 3 parts of a length to a length. In 2nd place is Better Days Ahead, followed then by Ballystone. Slade Steel, Lecky Watson has been last from the outset. 9 furlongs to go, 4 flights to jump, and the Grade 2 Tote Navan Novice Hurdle. Stellar Story, who's made all of the running up to this point, leads a length. Better Days Ahead, 3 parts of a length back to in 3rd place Ballystone, and 4th is Slade Steel, and then Lecky Watson. Returning to the point at which they started, 4 flights left to jump. Stellar Story goes on by a length and a half to Better Days Ahead. The stable companions followed by Ballystone, Slade Steel and Lecky Watson. The flight which was their first, it's now 4 from the finish. Stellar Story continues to show the way to Better Days Ahead, Ballystone, Slade Steel and Lecky Watson. Entering their final 3/4 of a mile with 3 flights left to jump, and it's Stellar Story making the run out of the back straight, 3 parts of a length up on Better Days Ahead, 2.5 clear of Ballystone, who's just shading the 3rd from Slade Steel and Lecky Watson. The 3rd last flight inside the final 5 furlongs. Stellar Story up and over from Better Days Ahead, Ballystone, Slade Steel and Lecky Watson. Cards yet to be played as they enter the final half mile with 2 flights left to jump, and it's Stellar Story rejoined by Better Days Ahead. Slade Steel about to take the 3rd off of Ballystone, and then Lecky Watson. In they come for the final 2 flights in the Tote Navan Novice Hurdle. Stellar Story on the right, in the centre with the red cap Better Days Ahead. Coming stand side Slade Steel. Up the inner is Ballystone and then Lecky Watson. On a tidy jump by Stellar Story there, and it's Better Days Ahead. Joining issue coming down towards the final flight. Lecky Watson makes a move from last. In between horses is Slade Steel, leaving behind Ballystone. Coming to the final flight, Better Days Ahead with Slade Steel coming to challenge. Stellar Story drops back on the rail, and then Lecky Watson. The final flight, and it's Slade Steel from Lecky Watson. Better Days Ahead a mistake, then Stellar Story. Now the hill, 150 yards to go. Slade Steel, Rachel Blackmore all out from Lecky Watson and Paul Town, and then Stellar Story and Better Days Ahead and up to the finish. It is Slade Steel continuing his progression over flights in the Tote Navan Novice, seeing off Lecky Watson, then Stellar Story and Better Days Ahead. Lining up, away they go over 2-4 and the Durnan Workshop Beginner's Chase. Going down towards the first, it is Santanito Prominent. Now jump by stable companion San Felicien, almost lost Mythical Times. Sean O'Keefe did remarkably well to keep that partnership intact. Shuffled back to last as a result. Santanito back in front of San Felicien, being followed by Shanbally Kid in 3rd. A gap of at least 3 lengths to Highland Charge. followed by Hidden Valley Lake, and then Indiana Dream and Mythical Times. Fence number 2 in their first ditch, where Shanbally Kid blundered as they turn into the straight to fences 3, 4 and 5. Nicely spaced out. Santanito leads San Felicien. 4 lengths in front of Hidden Valley Lake, who's now racing in third in the pale pink cab. And then Shanbally Kid, Highland Charge. Indiana Dream with the back marker Mythical Times. First fence in the straight, number 3. Santanito in the red and white on the left. As we look down, is San Felicien, having his second outing over Navan's fences. And then Hidden Valley Lake, Shanbally Kid next, and Highland Charge, Indiana Dream. And these move away from Mythical Times. Fence number 4. Middle fence in the home straight. And right apart, Santanito and San Felicien. They come into the fourth. Landing together, a mistake by Indiana Dream. Hit that fence quite hard as they come uphill to number 5. Santanito and San Felicien, nothing between them, followed by Hidden Valley Lake, Indiana Dream, Highland Charge, Shanbally Kid, gone well cleared of the trailing Mythical Times. The circuit to race, another 9 fences left to jump. Back in the lead by a couple of lengths is San Felicien and Jack Kennedy. They've headed for another time. Santanito and Jordan Gainford, and Hidden Valley Lake, Rachel Blackmore just third from Indiana Dream and Mark Walsh. Running the rail is Highland Charge, Conor McNamara, Shanbally Kid and Paul Townend, well clear of the back marker, who is Mythical Times and Sean O'Keefe. Their second ditch, fence number 6, bringing them to the halfway stage. San Felicien from Santanito, Hidden Valley Lake, Highland Charge on the inside of Indiana Dream. Back marker of the leaders is Shanbally Kid. Turning at the halfway stage, going into the back straight to the first of 4. San Felicien by a length to Santanito, a couple of lengths to Shanbally Kid, who's just winning back to third ahead of Hidden Valley Lake. Racing together Highland Charge and Indiana Dream. Discount Mythical Times. First of 4 in the back straight. San Felicien from Santanito, Hidden Valley Lake just back in third, followed by Shanbally Kid, Highland Charge, followed by Indiana Dream. Their next fence in the back straight. With just over a mile to go, it's San Felicien and Santanito continuing 1 and 2, 2.5 in front of Hidden Valley Lake, who's up in between Highland Charge and Shanbally Kid, followed by Indiana Dream. The fence at the end of the circuit, San Felicien and Santanito. Precious little between them, followed by Hidden Valley Lake, Highland Charge, Shanbally Kid is followed by stable companion Indiana Dream. Tailed off as Mythical Times as they go to the 5th last fence, the far end of the back straight. San Felicien racing out wide, keeping more to the middle of the track is Santanito, and then Hidden Valley Lake, Highland Charge right up the inner, and then Indiana Dream, who overtakes Shanbally Kid as they jump 5 fences from the finish. Another 4 left to jump. San Felicien turns with the lead now of a couple of lengths from Santanito, Hidden Valley Lake, Indiana Dream. This quartet move on from Highland Charge and Shanbally Kid as they head for their final ditch. 5 furlongs to race, 4 to jump. San Felicien and Santanito up there mixing it from the outset, are followed by Hidden Valley Lake, Indiana Dream next, and then Shanbally Kid is followed by Highland Charge. Running round the home turn with half a mile left to go and 3 fences to jump in the Durnan Workshop Beginner's Chase. San Felicien turns in with a lead of 2.5 over Santanito, and then Indiana Dream. Hidden Valley Lake joined for 4th by Shanbally Kid. Around the bend for the final 3 fences. Broad stand side, San Felicien from Santanito in the red and white. On the inside in the white cap is Indiana Dream, followed at 3 out by Hidden Valley Lake, who has taken a fall there. Hidden Valley Lake down. Horse OK, Rachel Blackmore is attempting to get to her feet as it's San Felicien from Indiana Dream who picks up the chase. Then Shanbally Kid, Santanito falls away into fourth at the second last. And it is San Felicien joined by Indiana Dream as these two break away from Shanbally Kid and Santanito. And with one fence left to jump, Rachel Blackmore's got to her feet. Indiana Dream assumes command. Coming to the final fence, it's Indiana Dream over the last from San Felicien, who's got weary. They're a long way clear of Shanbally Kid, who clambered over the last, and then Santanito. But it's Indiana Dream completing the three-race set on the back of a year's absence, has won by a wide margin from San Felicien, Santanito, Shanbally Kid. Highland Charge will finish.
Hello, everybody. And welcome back. I think those three horses ran all right. I don't think there can be many complaints at all regarding their performances. Coldwell Potter, to me, looks like one that is a chaser in the making. I think there were signs in this race that the horse was definitely taking liberties with these small baby hurdles, even at this stage, on only his second run over them. You'll see there's one down the back straight. I think it was a 3 out. That he took a horrible dive at that. Just thought he could walk over it. You know, the horses sometimes make mistakes over hurdles, not because they can't jump, because they underestimate the fences. You know, they not big enough to make them concentrate. I'm a firm believer in that. People only need to look at the pedigree of the horse to see that this horse is top class. Even brighter days ahead. The Capguard sire, half sister to it, a year younger, is already a graded winner over hurdles. I'm not saying this horse isn't going to make its mark felt in graded novice hurdles. I think it probably will. But whether it'll be as good as his full brother Mighty Potter and actually win one, time will tell. But I thought that was a very good performance, you know. The second one, Lucky Watson, well, if people watch the last video, they will see where I said that I thought they had this in the wrong race. You know, I wanted it to run in the 3 mile race on the Sunday as opposed to this 2 mile 4 furlong race on the Saturday. I thought it ran well. I think if people watch it again, they'll see that it jumps beautifully. It doesn't lose much momentum at many hurdles. Always seems to meet them on a good stride and leave the hurdles on a good stride. But I think I've looked at the pedigree and I think it needs 3 miles minimum, that horse. Excuse me. Last but not least, Indiana Dream. I mean, I've been waiting over nearly a year for that performance. I identified the horse on January 2023. And to see him do that, the levels of satisfaction are just, you can't quantify. That I can just sit there and watch and think, wow, that horse a year after I said it would do that has done it. You know, it's such a very satisfying feeling not to have to pick horses on the day anymore. The horses are picked so far in advance and all I have to do is just follow them, bookmark them, wait for them to run, and then on we go. I can just miss out all the bad horses, you know, or good horses that I might not have watched at this point. You know, I watch very little racing these days. It doesn't concern my own horses. You know, very little. And you can see why. All you have to do is watch these review videos. You know, they're very good. 2 out of 3 victories. Indiana Dream, 66% strike rate, a bit below my strike rate. I think it was about it was 80% the other week. I had 8 out of 10. And what did we have last time? I think we had another 2 out of 3 or 4. It's about 10 out of 12 or something like that. But it was disappointing that all 3 of them didn't win. If they ran Lucky Watson in the 3 miler on the Sunday, who knows what it would have happened. But I think that when it comes to the races that really matter, the 1 race or 2 or 3 races that really matter in the spring, I think it will be in the 3 mile novice hurdlers rather than the 2.5 miles. That's what I'm hoping anyway. You know, I'm hoping that they give it a chance to really stride out. You know, but as for the other 2, Coldwell Potter, well, he's a 2 miler, isn't he, at this stage, I think. And Indiana Dream. I'm hoping really, but people look at the incredible pedigree the horse has got. That's a future Gold Cup horse. So I would definitely want that in the RSA at Cheltenham without any shadow of a doubt. I wouldn't want them messing about with the intermediate race. You know, if Indiana Dream and Gaelic Warrior were to race in the RSA chase, then that'd be perfect. You know, we've got other horse novice chasers possibly that I could be looking at. If I've just got I'm not quite sure they're in the right class. I'm not going to say their name because people might follow them and they might prove not to be good enough. You know, trust me, when When I think the horse is good enough, there'll be a video saying it's good enough, you know. So let me just watch the horse and lose on it and save yourselves from it at the moment. There's a few like that in that boat at the minute. But I've looked at the entries this week. There's no horses at all running, at least until Friday. I saw entries for Friday and there wasn't any. We've got about 20 odd now, and there's no entries at all this week. So it could really be a quiet week in the National Hunt Sphere. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. What I will do at the end of the video is I will put a list up to a card up to the National Hunt playlist to enable everybody who has not seen the National Hunt horses yet to maybe watch the videos. There's a couple of them that have been cast aside, but all people need to do is look at the form, and they'll soon suss out which ones have fallen a little bit short. You know, form is temporary, class is permanent. You know, but the form, the pedigrees, it soon becomes clear whether a horse is going to run up to its pedigree or not, I think. And some of them, I think, are falling a little bit short at the moment. But under certain parameters, they could easily come back into favour. You know, because once their permanent class shines through, and their temporary form takes a back seat. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. What I will also do is I will also give everybody an option who hasn't watched this video yet and would like to subscribe to the channel so they don't miss any more videos, an option to do so as well. But for now, take care, everybody. Look after yourselves and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.